Hi, it's Jack. Welcome to my walkthrough for Poptropica's Superpower Island. In this island, we'll meet some of Poptropica's most notorious villains and take them down. You can play this island and all the classic islands by using the instructions in the description. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more Poptropica walkthroughs. Alright, so as we drop into Superpower Island, you're going to head to your right and go into the comic shop. Once you're there, talk to Ned Noodlehead and ask if he has anything other than comic books. And he'll give you his superhero guide. I don't think we'll need it, but it's a fun thing to have. It gives you some information if you aren't using the walkthrough that could be helpful, but we're not going to look at it right now. After that, we're going to head over to our right and go to the Masks and Capes store. Talk to the gentleman on the left. He is going to ask if you want to become a superhero, and yes, we do, of course. So, he's going to give us our superhero ID card, and it means we're an official superhero. So now we'll be able to catch all the supervillains, and there are superhero costumes on the right. You don't technically need to customize yourself to have them, but for the sake of this island, I thought it would be fun and, characteristic and everything, and we could be in costume for it. So, yeah, I decided to gear up. After that, we can exit this building and we'll head over to the left. You'll see the prison. So the reason that all the superheroes have escaped from the prison is because this giant meteor blasted into the prison, and now they all escaped. So, the detective here is going to be able to give us their files, and it gives us information about each of them. There are 6 superheroes we need to catch. You won't need to look at those files, though, unless you want to, because you're using the walkthrough. Then talk to the scientist lady here, and she will give you the anti-power handcuffs, so the supervillains can't use their powers on us when we're trying to catch them, as long as we handcuff them with these. So after that, we can head to our right, and we're going to go over to the next screen. Now, if you hadn't gotten your ID card, that policeman would have stopped you, but because we have it, you can go in. All right, actually, you don't need to talk to him. Just head into the bank right here, and you'll see Copycat, our first villain, and you're going to want to walk over to her, and she gives you a task. You have to move fast to find all of us, and you'll see that a bunch of clones start running out. What you'll need to do is find and walk into or jump into or run into all the clones before the time runs out. You can see she put a smoke bomb, so we have to do that before it's too smoky that we can't see. I think there's 4 or 5 on the bottom floor that we need to get. You can see that some of them are up on top of the lamps. Then after that, run over to the elevator, press the button, it'll come down. And head up. Once you're there, we have to move quickly because you can see that the smoke is starting to get, more and more thick. I think that these are the last 2. No, there's one more over here. This is the real one, so once you run into her, it'll automatically arrest her, and you'll be transported back to the prison. 1 done and 5 to go. So after every villain you catch, you're going to get transported back to the prison, so you'll have to walk all the way over. And I'm just doing them in order from left to right, so you'll have to walk a little bit further each time. We're going to head to downtown again. And this time we're going to go into the subways to catch Speeding Spike, who's our next villain. Once you're down there, you can just head to your right and click on the doors of the subway to open it. So you can see he's all the way at the end of the subway. Careful of that water. And what you're going to have to do here is provoke him by running into him and then running away really quickly so he doesn't knock you over. You'll see what that looks like here. You can see he moves really quickly, so you just have to run You just walk near him and then jump near him and keep going. The further you go, like, you can see you have to get him little by little. And actually, I am pretty bad at this, so eventually I'm going to double speed the video. You can see that right now, because I kept getting knocked over. But the objective is basically you have to stay on his left and close enough to him that he'll run at you, but not so far, but not too far away where he will, give up and retreat. You can see that he retreated quite a few times because I was not good at this part. The objective is we have to get him all the way to the left where his, where that, spilled water is, so he slips on it. And you can see he's getting really mad because we're doing horribly. But just keep going. After you get him past one subway car and he moves into the next one, I think he won't go all the way back to the beginning. So at some point you reach a checkpoint. It took a while for this one, as you can see. Okay, but I think this is the time where I actually get him. We're almost at the end, so you can see that I get a few in a row, and he does hit me one more time, but we're really close, and I think this is the time where I get him to slip on the water. And it is. So once he slips in the water, you can walk over to him and click on him. You'll use the anti-power handcuffs, and you'll be transported back to the prison. Now we can head all the way past the bank, past the subway, and head to the next screen. Here is Cerebral. He moves things with his mind, and he's gonna throw rocks at us, so we have to be really careful. And the way to get him is you basically need to jump up near him and have one of his own rocks hit himself. And it's not very easy. I think what I did is I tried to get up onto this bathroom, but I don't think that was working. I also moved that because you have to move that later, and I got confused. But anyways, you'll need that later. You want to jump kind of close to him because then it'll trigger the rock that he'll throw at you. And then you just have to eventually get near him. I think the best way to do it is actually to get on top of that, on the other side of him, on the left side of him, like the head statue. And then jump up next to him? I'm not really sure. I don't know the best way to do it, but because he has those rocks circling around him, it's hard to successfully jump near him. See, we got him eventually. You kind of have to jump just right past him. Then he'll make the ground start to shake, which is when you'll need the rock. And you can see that I pushed it too early, so now it's way far away. Eventually you'll need it near him. You can see that he's going to start moving the ground like that. And we got him because we pushed the rock into the right place. So once he's knocked down, click on him and you'll use the anti-power handcuffs. And we've officially captured half of our villains. This is very exciting. We're moving right along. And our next few are a little bit more difficult, I think. I don't know. I would say the hardest one by far for me was the speeding spike one. But these next few, it's a little bit longer of a process to get them. So, yeah. Let's head back to our right. Once you're there, we can head to our right again, back into the city parks. And remember where those bathrooms were? We're actually going to go into the bathroom. And I think it will correspond with whatever gender option you selected on when you made your Poptropica. So I assume that the bathrooms look similar enough. Either way, go into the bathroom that it allows you in and go down the open drain. And what you have to do here is swim through the sewer water, which is really gross, until you can find these red wheels, which will bring down the water level. And I think that there's 3 of them total you have to get, because the first one, like, will bring it all the way down, and then there's another one that brings it up a little bit, and then another one that brings it up a little bit more so you can get to the door. There's not one over here that I can get to, and I think I try to get to it if I remember correctly. But there is one right here that we need. So click on that. Then that middle one is the one we need to get to next. I tried to get up and jump up, but it wasn't far enough. So I really tried here. I don't know what I was thinking. The pipes in the back you cannot jump on. Eventually I figured out that you have to go to the right and click on that next wheel. I think I did here. So that brings you up to the correct level. And there's Ratman. So for this part, what you need to do is you need to go to the top right, and careful of the rats. Once you get up there, click on that wheel. It will spray water on him. It'll actually make the rats go away, but then the flies will come after you. Once you have that, just run over to him. This part's actually pretty easy, and just click on him and you're done. He was the easiest villain, I think. To me, he was the easiest villain. So we have 4 of them done, 2 to go, and we're going to head all the way to the right for this 5th one. The last one's a little bit different, and I'll tell you about that one later. But we're going to get one more villain before we get to that part. The last villain, she's kind of like the final boss of it all, so it'll be a little bit different. Head past the city park, and we're going to go all the way to the construction site for this next villain. That is Crusher, and he throws things at us, and that is what he does. So we need to, essentially we need to crush him. And as you can see, there's a refrigerator that is attached to the magnetic thing. I don't really know what it's called. But anyways, we're going to demagnetize it and crush him with the refrigerator, which sounds horrible, but he is a supervillain. So the way to get past him is he is going to like stomp on the ground, and it's going to move us back, as you can see. So you just want to be in the air when he stomps. And I think I fall over here. Essentially, we're trying to get to that. Is it a crane or whatever it is? The tall yellow thing on the left-hand side of the screen. We want to get to that because we want to climb it up and then turn off the magnetizing tool. So just make sure you time your jumps accurately so you are in the air when he stomps on everything. Jump up to the top and then just bring down this control and it'll drop the fridge on him, and oh, he must be dead. We got him. Nope. Actually, he's stronger than that. So now what we have to do is do it again. And this time he throws barrels at us, so it's a little bit more difficult. You just want to be in the air and away from the barrels when he actually throws them. Don't be just sitting somewhere or standing in the same place, because then it will knock you over. As long as you're constantly moving, you should be fine. Head back up the crane again and turn back on the magnet control. and he will get crushed a second time. This time, though, it's enough to defeat him. So you can just head back down, click on him, and use your handcuffs. We've got 5 out of 6 villains done. So 5 out of 6 villains. This time, luckily, we do not have to do as much work in terms of walking across the screen. It's actually on this screen where we will meet our villain. Almost. You'll see in a second. So you can see that someone's ringing the telephone booth. So click on the phone and you will get a very interesting call. And now we can fly. So that call gave us powers, and we are going to fly to our right. He's just some guy. I think he's a retired superhero. I don't know anything else about him. He is not a big part of the island, I don't think. So, head downtown again, because we have to go on top of one of the buildings and then keep going up. So go to this building and go on one of the windows and then press go up. And you'll see Miss Betty Jetty. And we have to follow her in a flying chase kind of scene. So after you see the little loading message, you will go into the chase scene. And she's going to have these green little orbs that she uses to try to knock you back. There's 3 types. So you'll see the 4 that go off one in a row. Then there's 1 that follows you around for a little bit. And then 4 that all go at the same time. So the hardest one to avoid, I think, is the singular orb. And as you can see, she's throwing out a lot of them. It's a little bit less difficult to avoid. And I did just get hit by one. It's a little less difficult to avoid the 4 of them, especially the ones that go at the same time. You just need to get out of the way. And eventually you'll be able to get closer and closer to Betty Jetty. And I think I almost get her here. There we go. So as long as you fly up into her, like knock her over when you're flying, then you'll have enough, you'll be able to arrest her. And as you can see, Ned Noodlehead has saved the day at the last minute, and we're able to arrest her. So click on her and put the handcuffs on. It'll take you back to the prison. And are we awarded for our amazing work as a superhero? Of course we are, right? Oh. Or maybe not. I guess it's thanks to Ned Noodlehead, even though he did nothing. Okay. Oh! So I guess we don't get the island medal. Well, we should try to see if we can get it from him. Let's go over to his comic shop and see what we can do, because this is our island. Actually, we don't need to. We know him so well we can predict exactly what he wants. You're going to head to the city park, actually. So we're going to go past downtown. And where are we going to go? Oh yeah, past to the city park. You'll see what we need in just a second. A hot dog cart. So talk to the guy at the hot dog cart. He will give you a free hot dog. Very nice. So now we're going to head back to Main Street and we'll trade the hot dog for the island medallion. So we're flying kind of slow. That's okay. We're almost there. You obviously do not have to fly this part. You can walk it. I just thought the flying was cool. And yeah. Once we're back at his comic book store, we can trade it for the medal. So enter the comic book store. Talk to him. He'll be on the right. And have you seen my name in the papers? I'm a real hero now. Cool story. I'm willing to trade this medallion for a good hot dog. Well, I have great news. We are going to give him the hot dog, and we will get the island medallion. So, we did it. Great job, everybody. We have finished Superpower Island. Another island down. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week for more Poptropica walkthroughs.